IT Risk Management. Step 1. Create and maintain the IT scope. IT scope. Fundamental to IT risk management is the IT risk assessment. Under the intense scrutiny of a well-executed risk assessment, known risks can be effectively dealt with and unexpected risks identified to greatly improve your organization's risk posture. Efficient performance of an IT risk assessment will depend on the scope chosen for the risk assessment. The IT scope will vary depending on the risk objective. For example, if the risk objective is to ascertain compliance to privacy laws, the IT scope for the assessment will focus on business data. If the objective is to determine SOX compliance, the IT scope for the assessment will involve only financially relevant applications. IT scope. planningIT provides the means to easily identify which IT elements are relevant for the defined risk objective to support creation and maintenance of the IT scope. Applications, business processes, projects, business data, and other architecture elements to be considered in the risk assessment. IT relationships. planningIT supports documentation of the IT scope by capturing the different layers in the architecture, such as applications, business processes, devices, and organizations. More importantly for risk management, planningIT documents all of the relationships across the layers. Here, for example, you can see which business processes and organizations are dependent on IBM System 3550 and the rating database, and would be affected by a hardware failure or application error. Being able to see these interdependencies helps prevent possible blind spots in your risk assessment. IT can easily demonstrate to business the risks to processes, capabilities, and organizations, and get business leader buy-in for tackling mitigation efforts. IT scope data. Of crucial importance to the success of the IT risk management program is the reliability of the IT scope information. planningIT provides a full set of functionality that simplifies maintenance of the scope, including workflows, wizards, and quality monitors. Having a maintained scope available reduces the time and effort involved in risk assessments and makes them repeatable as required. Step 2. Assess risk relevance. IT scope. Once the IT scope is available, the first step in the risk assessment is to assess the relevance of the items in the IT scope to the risk objective. For the rest of this product tour, let's assume that the risk objective is to determine the level of risk that applications are exposing the company to as part of the implementation of the ISO 27002 standard on information security guides. Applications. Here the relevance question is, how critical is the loss of confidentiality, integrity, or availability of this application to the company? To systematically answer this question, a set of questions needs to be asked for every application in the scope. Here we see the evaluation of the TradeNet application. The survey questions chosen here relate to critical business aspects pertaining to applications. In this screenshot, it is TradeNet's contractual relevance. Multiple choice answers ensure consistency across all application evaluations. Risk indicators. A mapping table associates a value for each possible survey answer to a value for each of our risk parameters: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Using the mapping approach, application owners can assess the risk relevance of their applications based on tangible criteria. Their answers are then abstracted using the mapping and business rules to a single risk relevance score. Risk Relevance Score. The Risk Relevance Score reflects how relevant each application is to the risk objective, in this case, fulfilling ISO 27002. By setting a cutoff score, you can pinpoint the most relevant applications and pragmatically focus risk management efforts where they are most needed. Step 3. Identify risks and mitigations. Risks and mitigations. In the last step of our IT risk assessment, the most risk-relevant applications are analyzed as to actual possible risks and their vulnerability to them. Using a corporate catalog of possible application risks and their mitigations, we create a catalog of possible risks that the application could be vulnerable to. The effect of the mitigation will also be assessed for the application. Probabilities and damages. When assessing each risk for an application, an estimate is made as to the probability that the incident will occur and the damage it would cause. Risk portfolio. Once the probabilities and damages assessment is complete, the risk posture for each application is available. This information, consolidated in portfolio form, highlights which applications need the most urgent attention. Mitigations. Similarly, an assessment is made for each mitigation on how it would change the incident probability and the damages caused. This provides a view of how mitigations can change the overall risk posture of the application and which mitigations will be the most effective once implemented. Thank you for visiting our product tour, IT Risk Management. Click on the menu above for further enterprise architecture management and planning scenarios.